visualize, pre-frame, and ask a great question today to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And today in this year's annual challenge, as well as Supersize Your Business, we're discussing the power of visualization, the power of seeing in your mind's eye exactly what it is that you want and desire. And then you start moving toward that. We could talk about all kinds of visualization techniques, but I won't because I would go way longer than the 10-minute requirement for this type of a short form video. Pre-framing to me is practicing ahead of time in my mind, which is actually a form of visualization. And whenever I'm doing something new, whenever I want to stretch my comfort zone, whenever I want to say yes to something that I'm a little afraid of or nervous about, I run it through in my mind and say, okay, what's the best that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? And then I focus on the best that could happen, performing and practicing in a way that I want to. I used this on myself before I even knew what it was, although I might have heard of it from Tony Robbins or Jim Rohn prior to that, back when I was in corporate America. But I was asked to do a lot of things in corporate America that were outside of my comfort zone and that required me to really stretch my comfort zone. For example, within the first couple of months of a new job, I was asked to put on, plan, organize, and host the company-wide and their families party. A party for us to celebrate, I can't remember what milestone it was now, but some milestone in the manufacturing portion of this business. We had 800 employees. So 800 employees, all their families, and the agenda for the day, everything from the beginning to the end. It was my responsibility to lead a committee. I had to form my own committee to do this and plan this party and then actually have the party. And fortunately for me, it turned out absolutely fantastic. It was one of my first outside my real role activities that I was asked to do for this organization. And lucky for me, it turned out really, really well, right? Why? Because I surrounded myself with like-minded people. I got a lot of people involved as part of the planning process and things. And I didn't expect myself to do it all myself, especially since I'd only been at the company like a month when I was asked to do this. That was way outside my comfort zone. Party planning and things, even my own wedding, I actually farmed out almost everything in it to family, friends, people I trusted to pick things for me because I was so busy at the time working for this same business, as a matter of fact, that I knew I couldn't do it all myself. And sometimes we just need to ask for help. Another example is I did volunteer. I volunteered to present in several situations in front of either the entire organization or in front of, and I'm talking about corporate America, in front of the executive committees and the executive teams. Why? Because I knew it was outside my comfort zone, but I also knew that someday I needed to be able to talk confidently in front of people, no matter who they were, who they are, or their position in a business, an organization, etc. I knew I would need that skill, so I practiced it. I visualized myself. You can never underestimate the power of preparation and the power of practice. Practice in front of the mirror. My dad taught me that when he was in corporate America. We would watch my dad when he was getting ready for presentations in front of the board of directors, etc. He would practice over and over and over again. He'd practice on us. He'd practice on my mom. He'd practice in front of the mirror. And that stuck with me as a really good strategy for overcoming my fear by being prepared. And pre-framing, to me, is one of the best things that we can do to get the outcome we want in any situation, big situations and little situations. And when we get a positive outcome, that totally increases our confidence, gets us better results, and helps us to build and grow and supersize our business. We build and grow and supersize our business by building and growing the people that help us to build and grow and supersize our business. So giving feedback, providing feedback, coaching, mentoring, it's part of every owner, operator, and leader's job, whether you think it is or not. How you treat people is going to have a much bigger impact on their performance than your ability to put them down or degrade them. And my favorite leaders are leaders that lead in a positive by pulling you along with the vision and then coaching you and mentoring you along the way so that you can develop your skills and abilities. The ones that I have little respect for are the I'm the boss, you do it my way or the highway type bosses. Just a little bit more about me. So another tool that I like to use, and we're talking about today as part of the annual challenge, is who would I be without the fear? Who would our organization be? How would we show up in the marketplace? How would we show up for our customers if we have no fear at all? If we're not afraid of pushing the envelope, if we're not afraid of disrupting our industry, if we're not afraid of being first, how are we going to show up in the world differently for ourselves, for our employees, for our team members, for our not co-conspirators. I don't want to use any negative language with all the crap that's going on in America right now. How do we show up to make the world a better place? All right. Love to know your take on this. Do you visualize? Do you pre-frame? Do you practice? Do you ask yourself tough questions like, who would I be personally? How would we show up as a business if we weren't afraid of the competition? If we weren't afraid of the government? If we weren't afraid of industry controls and things like that? All right. Have a great day. I'll, of course, do it tomorrow. I'm rambling.